Hey, how you going? I'm just gonna stop that music. Welcome back to the Long Dark Nomad challenge. Helps if I can speak clearly. I'm just getting everything tidied up on the stream there. So we're continuing on today with the Nomad challenge. I decided as just starting streaming that I would repeat all of the in-game challenges, and Nomad is by far the absolute easiest challenge. So it's a nice, easy way to get back into um, the game.
All I can think about is food.
Oh, okay. So let's start with Let's Speed Astrid. Just give her a couple of crackers. So where we left off last time was we've just entered the dam, and I've just saved my game purely to. There we go. I just slept an hour purely to save my game. Looks like I've got a sprain. Ah, I do. Okay, I've got pain. That's fine. 31 game minutes won't take me long at all. So today's plan is to leave the dam, or do my 3 days in the dam, and then head towards probably the forestry lookout. Do my 3 days there, try and get to trappers, see how I go. I am thinking I'll probably only stream for an hour or so today. But if I see what I can achieve in that time. I'm not going to loot the dam really thoroughly. I'm just going to pick up a few things here and there that I think might be useful. I think I do. Oh, got my lantern going. I'm just checking for a gun. I do have my revolver. It has been a week since I've been on being able to do that. So wall middens, not 100% sure if they're better than what I've got. I will grab things like flares. They are helpful with wolves. I'm not going to search every single drawer. I'm just going to grab stuff that looks obvious, because as I said, it is the easiest difficulty, and that does mean that the game inherently has a huge amount of loot available to you. So it's kind of almost, I think, in between Pilgrim and Voyager at times. So you don't need to overexert yourself by picking up absolutely every little thing, which is what I admittedly used to do. I'm getting a bit more relaxed about it after this many hours on the game. I will check lockers though, especially lockers that require a pry bar.
I'll take it.
Oh, nice. I don't know if that's better or not. They always have better stuff than lockers that don't need a pry bar. Right, I'm just going to quickly check my clothing, because I actually think I have... Yeah, I thought so. I'm just going to drop some stuff. I'm going to change to wool middens. I'm actually going to keep a few of the gloves. I'm going to get rid of the worn sport vest. I'm just going to keep a few items to rip down, because I might do some repairs. The fun thing about this
stuff will come
well,
in
not
handy.
so fun, but the thing about the Nomad challenge is that you are inside for 3 days on end. Passing time, sleeping, passing time, sleeping. So ideally, I think the wool shirt might be better. Got a plaid shirt. Oh yeah, I might get that wool shirt. So you've got lots of time to do things like repairs, fix up weapons, etc. I think I've got the same boots, don't I? Decent, yeah. So you might as well, if you want to, get all your clothing as high as possible by ripping up other clothing that you find. Things like these cloths that hang over banisters, curtains. Get your clothes into a good shape, and then as you travel between the regions, you're not likely to freeze your butt off. Pretty much always a jerry can here.
Guess go prepared for anything.
Quite often has a large amount of oil in it. I'm going to take it and probably drop the smaller ones. I think I've got a scarf already. I'm going to grab that anyway. What I usually like to do when I'm in the dam is gather up everything I can and then dump it in the lockers by the entrance. And then if you're coming back to the dam for any reason, you've got a preset storage space filled with stuff you may need. Obviously, because this is a challenge and I'm not probably coming back to the dam at any stage, I'm not going to leave myself a bunch of stuff.
Nobody needs this anymore.
usually around this workbench. Bullets, yeah, I was going to say. I don't have a rifle yet, but I'm assuming at some point I will find one, seeing as the difficulty level is so easy. Yeah, I got too much stuff now. But I already have a rifle, a revolver, so I'm not going to panic if I don't find a rifle. I don't imagine I'm going to be needing to do any hunting at all in this challenge, because the revolver is really good protection. There's probably quite often another one here. Yeah, no. The revolver is excellent protection, and yeah, I'm not going to need to hunt to eat because, as I said, and no, I'm not checking every drawer and every cabinet. The kniff.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
The food is abundant, so I'm not going to be going hunting deer or anything like that. Right, so we can go upstairs and do a bit of a stock take. What we've got, and get rid of some stuff too. Trouble is having a week between streams is I don't 100%, and this is a challenge rather than my normal game, so I don't 100% remember what my inventory is. So I will need to do a little bit of a stock take and just see what I have, what I don't have. I don't normally search filing cabinets because they normally just have papers and soda. I'll just do a couple of the drawers. I'll do them. Sodas are quite handy because it means you're not worrying about boiling water, and they also give you...
This will come in handy.
Is there anything in there? They also give you calories. So if you're also hungry... 83%. If you are... Yeah, if you're also hungry, drinking a soda will fulfill part of both needs. Hey bud. One of the things you kind of get used to in the long dark is just finding corpses. I'm not probably... Oh, I'll take it. There's another one usually here. Broken arrows. I'm not likely to be doing any forging or anything like that.
I'll take it.
Nah, I'll keep mine. Grab the antiseptic. Yeah, I highly doubt I'm going to be building any arrows, making any arrows, but if you find the broken arrows, you can harvest them, break them down to make new arrows. There's quite often stuff up this rope in that corner over there. Like I said, challenge. I really can't be bothered being incredibly intense about looting everything, so we are just heading through the dam here. Now I'm pretty sure, by last recollection, upper dam, lower dam, yeah, so I can kind of be anywhere in the dam for my 3 days, so I'm just going to go up to the main part of the dam. I don't think I need to hang out by the burn barrel. I've got, yeah, I can always come back down if during those 2 days, because I'm likely to find water in the toilets upstairs anyway. I love the dam music. Yeah. I believe it is the dam and the caves have the same music, or very similar music. I do like the periodic use of music in the long dark, that it just comes on, usually when the weather's about to change, or we're going from day to night, or vice versa. I find it quite relaxing. And I believe the whole soundtrack has been put on various platforms to listen to, and I have definitely in the past worked or studied with the long dark soundtrack on.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
Okay, good boots, good gloves. I'm not sure about the mag lens because I think I'm going to have an absolute abundance of, are they gauntlets? No, red gloves. Abundance of matches, so I'm not particularly worried about playing interloper style with the mag lens in the daytime. Yeah, just have to kind of, I'm partly searching because I like to loot, but partly searching because I have 3 days to kill in here. Let's just go around here. There's usually, yeah, I was going to say, there's usually more bullets around this workbench. Oh, fire striker, always handy. Did I get one at the, I think I got one at Signal Hill already.
Hope nobody needs this
Don't
anymore.
need casings because I'm not going to be building any bullets, making any bullets. This safe doesn't usually have a hell of a lot of good stuff in it, but let's open it anyway. Let's go for it. Jeez. Am I just... Ah, haha. Okay, it's like 57. Sorry, I looked away from the screen for a second. That was my own fault. Right, so 57. Oh, that was so lucky. 54. Now I can creep my way around it, or I can... Yeah, 3. Okay, so... Oh, I have to go all the way around again, don't I? Yeah. Sometimes they're really close together like that just to mess with you. 57. 54. And it was 3? I bet there's like money in here or something, not even useful.
I think I can use this.
Cool. Okay. Parker is definitely useful. I can't remember what I picked up at Signal Hill. I may already have. I'm just going to refuel my lantern. I may already have a pretty impressive Parker, actually.
This'll come in handy.
Cool. Let's have a wee look around here, and then I'm going to go back to the lockers at the front doors and do a little stock take. There's usually a pry bar in here. Simple Parker?
Ah, I'm starving.
Oh, Astrid, you're okay. One thing I do when I play, I quite often like to play on custom settings, sort of a stalker custom, and I turn her off. And I feel really bad because I once tweeted that that I love the long dark, but after, you know, a shitload of hours, I'm really sick of hearing how hungry and tired Astrid is, so I turn off her voice.
I'll take it.
And Jennifer Hale liked my tweet. So I immediately had to tweet her and say, I'm really sorry, I love your voice work, I just can't do it anymore. Nice. And the other day, I was literally looting a dead body, and I know that the voice prompts are, well, they seem to be randomized. And I'm literally looting a dead body, and she goes, I wonder if the owner's around. Well, Astrid, I can tell you. And she always says something's useful when I'm not going to pick it up. And she's always complaining about being hungry. So, yeah, I do get a bit tired of it. Now, upstairs is, that way is the offices and stuff. I'm not sure there's going to be anything that useful up there, but I think once I've been here a day or so, I probably will wander up there out of boredom. But I'm just going to go and do a little stock take here of, what time of day is it? Oh, it's quite late. I probably should have slept at some point. But again, because you're here for 3 days straight, day or night doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter if I sleep during the day. It's actually better sometimes if you sleep during the day, because you find your 3 days in one location ends while you're inside, and it's night. And then you're like, ah, crap, I have to stay here longer than I planned. Yeah. It's much easier to travel in the day, obviously. So if you sleep during the day, quite often you're done through the loop. You're done by the time you need to go. It's daytime. So as I said before, I don't think I'm going to be ending up using the bow and arrow in this challenge. So I'm just going to get rid of stuff that I think is... actually, to start with, I'm going to sort out what clothing I want to wear. Pretty sure snow pants beat cargo pants. Yeah, and cargo pants I've got are already good. Okay, so, and then I've got wool mittens, ski gloves. Now, I'm pretty sure ski gloves have a good protection rating for wet. Yeah, so I'm actually going to change to the ski gloves. I'm going to break down the fleece and the driving gloves, and I'm going to leave the wool one, take the wool ones with me, just in case I get attacked and I need extra pair of gloves to put on in a hurry. Can't remember. I think wool. I actually think wool is better, but so I'm going to hang on to that. I'm going to put it on for now. I'm going to repair it ASAP. The jumper. Yeah. Okay. Now I picked up. Yeah, I thought so. I've already got one. And I was going to break down that vest. Oh boy, I've been picking up wool scarves like crazy. Right, so now I know what I'm wearing and what I'm going to break down. I can go back to putting stuff in here. Books are really good for starting fires. I am going to hang on to both of them for now because I'm only 41. I know that sounds like a lot. There is a lot of people that play with lightweight to run, but I mean, come on. It's the easiest setting. I don't really need to desperately flee from anything. I'm not going to need 2 stims. I'm going to break those down. I'm not going to need 2 of these. I'm definitely not going to need 2 of these. Probably not going to be doing fishing. I'm probably not going to be hanging out and running around during an aurora. I'm going to break that down. I was going to put those boots on. I'm definitely not going to need all of these. I'm not going to need 2 pry bars. I'm not going to need that many. Probably not going to be marking anything. I'm not in a hurry, so I probably don't need all that coffee. I think I have cups of coffee anyway. Yeah, okay. So now I'm on 36, and the rest of it, it's the rest of the clothing that I'm not wearing I'm going to break down, so I can repair stuff when it's light. So I quite often like to sort things by, see the star in the middle there, that means by quality, so I sort things by quality so I can repair the stuff that's in trouble first. I'm gonna do some harvesting. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do before I forget. Put the boots on. I'm gonna leave the wool mittens. They're nice to have in a pinch. You can harvest in the middle of the night. I mean, I think I've moaned about this before, but you can harvest in the middle of the night. You can sharpen knives in the middle of the night. You can clean a gun in the middle of the night, but you cannot repair in the middle of the night. I never really quite understood that decision. I suppose they figure that you're ripping up clothing by not looking at it, and it doesn't really matter. Right, I'm not worried about food poisoning on this difficulty setting either. There we go, I'm going to fill my thirst and hunger in one, well, partly in one go. Okay, I'm just going to sleep until there's a bit of light so I can do some repairing. So in my headphones, the game seems to be quite a lot louder than me, well, as loud as me, and I probably need to adjust that. Because I am streaming from the PlayStation 4, it's a little bit difficult to tweak, but I'm going to work on that. The other option is that I move the microphone closer to my mouth. Or turn up the microphone on the microphone. If I turn up the gain, you're going to get a bit of background noise, that's all. Oh, there's a blizzard. I live on a school street and I have a dog and a baby, so I'm trying to keep background noise to a minimum, but so far so good. But yeah, I'm going to watch, when I port this to YouTube, I'm going to watch a bit of it back and just see what the audio levels are like. But yeah, feel free to let me know if you think it's a problem. Okay, cool. So now we're in a blizzard, and oh, there's another lantern and more fuel over there. I just realised, of course, I didn't come in this way because I came in from Winding River. There's a toque. Toque by far the best hat in the game.
I think I can use this.
Yeah, I'm going to take the oil then. Before I leave, I'll fill up the lantern and assess all of my different bottles of oil and leave something behind. About that too, I was watching Zacnafane, I never quite got it right, play on YouTube last night. I was watching his it's got actually got better water protection. Oh no, the Tuke's obviously better. And he accidentally, I was watching his No-Goa series, which is basically the difficulty that's more difficult than Interloper, and he accidentally broke down, harvested a Tuke, and then realised quite a bit later, and all the comments on the video were like, I'm so sorry about your Tuke, which I thought was quite funny. Everybody knows how crucial good clothing is in this game. Just used my last cloth. Right, so there'll be loads of cloth throughout the dam, so I mean I don't really want to break down. Some of this clothing's really good, like if something were to go absolutely dire and I needed to, and I needed to come back, I didn't really want to rip up an expedition parka and cargo pants, but I will gladly rip up, I'm going to rip up this plaid shirt. Wool definitely better than plaid, right? Yeah. Try again. Okay. So I mean I could go for a little hunt around the dam. See if I can gather up more clothing, more cloth, and see if I can just repair my clothing, because how long have I got? Yeah, I'm like half a day in here. Usually when I get settled those will be leather, won't they? Usually when I get settled in a place I just go sleep past time, but I figured once this is such a good looting spot that I would actually look around properly. Can't remember if I left any crappy clothing in here. I don't think I did. No cloth hanging over stuff in here. I think I'm going to have to go to the stairwells where there's cloth hanging over the stairwells. I'll go up to the office. Nothing in the loo, eh? No. Oh, there we go. One little bit. This is going to be one or two. Doesn't really matter, but I'll take it anyway. Let's go up to the offices, because, yeah, I'm going to have a look at them anyway. They're kind of important in story mode to come up here and get the first aid you need for Jeremiah, but I never find these desks and these filing cabinets have a huge amount of useful stuff in there, and I just know I'm going to have an abundance.
This will come in handy.
I did forget that there's a locked locker up here though. It might be... Ah, flat. Oh, okay. Good socks. And I will take that jacket.
I wonder if I can drop any this gear.
I know, you're overloaded. But yeah, I don't want to search all of these drawers. It's just that it's a lot of searching for very little reward. I will just check. Hopefully using the PlayStation doesn't make you feel ill, because obviously the way you turn the camera is slightly different than using a mouse. What I might do is crank this down a bit and crank the music down a bit, because I'm noticing it is quite overpowering, and she can shush a little bit too. Probably something I should have done a while ago, but I forgot, to be quite honest. Seeing this is stream number 3, I think I'm doing okay. Right, so I've only really found clothing. Quite often you'll find Canadian flags, which very patriotically they will not let you tear down. was quite funny when I first started playing the game. I think I played for, quite a while. Longer than I should have, before I realised how much you can break down, and there's definitely nothing up here, eh? And I was running low on firewood, and I was like, I haven't been finding any firewood. And I didn't have a hatchet, I don't think, and I was still learning all the mechanics, and this game very much does not hold your hand. And then I was like, oh, I stumbled across one of the... I did find a hatchet, and I stumbled across one of the big logs that you obviously chop down to get firewood. And I was like, it's, and I was like, oh my god, I can chop wood. And yeah. I felt very stupid, but hey, that's how you learn. You learn by stupidity in this game quite a lot of the time. Or you learn by watching some of the absolute pros. Why don't it let me... Okay, so if you're trying to repair a piece of clothing and it keeps failing like that, move on to another piece of clothing and repair that. Don't do a failure more than twice, because it may just be that it's just that weird failure rate keeps happening with that one piece of clothing. So now I've gone back to it and it's going to work. Yeah, that's my theory anyway. I don't know 100% how true that is, but I find if I skip to another piece of clothing and then go back to the original piece, I can usually repair it just fine. And I'm now out of materials again. Okay. Cool. So now we're just going to go on to our sleep pastime, which is, I know, thrilling to watch, but it's the nature of this challenge, unfortunately. And then, yeah, after this, we're going to head to the forestry lookout. Oh, just did that. Sleeping in this game is probably forgiving. Voyager, I think the predators are, but the loot is pilgrim level, and the rate at which your bars deteriorate, the rate at which the bars on the bottom left are actually going down is incredibly forgiving. But I mean, I've not played Pilgrim in a long time. I did a Pilgrim playthrough when Ash Canyon was released. I probably should have done one when Blackrock was released, because it's not about surviving at that point for me. I just wanted to have a nosy. And I've done a Pilgrim run for about 20 days, I think, to get a particular PlayStation achievement. Because the achievements don't care what difficulty you're playing on. But yeah, this is the boring part of this challenge for sure, is that you're just passing time and sleeping. And you're playing cards in the dark all night long. We're nearly halfway there. Right, so let's have something more to eat. Not that I need to up my skills, but have we got any books? No. Also, I was gonna finish sorting out my inventory, wasn't I? Let's do that real quick. Right, so A to Z sorting is the best for if you're doing inventory. I think I did most of it, but it's just the fuel. So I think I might take the 2-litre one with me and get rid of the others. Get rid of the piece of metal. I'm not going to be doing any purifying of water. I highly doubt it. Majority of the water I'll probably do on this challenge will be found in toilets, I imagine. Cool. Let's have some more. See, look at that. 75 calories an hour. It's very little. Another blizzard. I was hoping to, obviously, because I've done quite a bit of looting, I haven't got very far in this stream so far, but I am hoping to get on to the next location before I finish up for today. A lot of people don't like this challenge purely because of this element of it, which is, yeah. Passing time and sleeping. And yeah, it's definitely boring, but it's really, yeah, nearly 2 days. It is the quickest way to just fire through it if you don't need anything. The only reason I obviously looted the dam is because it's got great loot, but apart from a few pieces of clothing, I actually didn't find a huge amount of great stuff. I think if you come here early in your run, it's an absolute godsend. .5, hooray! I bet I'm gonna finish at night. What I might do if I finish at night though is run out to the trailers and spend the night in one of the trailers, and at least I'll get to have a look in the trailers and the pickup truck, and then move on down the railway line as soon as I can. Yeah, I haven't missed it. I'm gonna be middle of the night, I think. Days. Doesn't sound good out there either.
I need anything right about now.
I know, let's give you a little crunchy granola bar. Right, so we'll head out across to the trailers. We've got enough water, I think, for the rest of the night, and we'll sleep there, and then we will move on through Mystery Lake. A little bear plodding along. I do like the amendments they made to the game not too long ago to add more animals in the loading screen. They're very cute. Oh, is there a deer? Did I miss the deer? Aha! No. I keep having to tell myself it's the Nomad challenge. I don't actually need to do all the things I normally would do. Nope, not happening. It's nothing like that little burst of adrenaline when you're running to an indoor location and there's something barking at you. The number of times I have been foolish enough to fire at a bear or a moose and then freaking out with my cursor, my PlayStation controller cursor, which isn't that specific at the best of times, and I'm trying to find the open door prompt so I can escape the bear, is oh, it's too many. And then you're hearing it, you know, growling and preparing to get you, and you're freaking out. Yeah.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
It's good. It's real good. Right, so what I have noticed is that we have an old bedroll down here, which is very useful. I'm just going to grab my lantern because I don't want to waste it. Break down an old bedroll, 6 cloth. Ah. Requires light to break down with tool. Ah, yes, okay. And yeah, because it's not an item you can pick up and harvest, which normally you could do in the dark. So yeah, okay. Alright, we're just going to have a snooze here. Nope. Nope. Another trick if you don't have light and you need to know where you are, look. Put either your bedroll or... Some people do the fire, but I find the bedroll obviously has a larger surface area, so it's easier to find where objects are in the room using the bedroll. We could just sleep 2 hours. Yeah, it's still dark. Do some card playing. Now I did notice that my stream is actually under games and demos when it really shouldn't be. I'm just going to edit that.
I've never been so hungry in my life.
Oh no, Astrid, are you going to waste away? Let's feed you while I wait for Twitch to respond to me. Yeah, it keeps defaulting to games and demos. The long. Give it a second, see if I can find it. I'll do set up the stream every time to be the long dark, but for some reason today it's games and demos. I'm gonna cancel and try that again. There we go, the long dark. It's better. It's better. Cool, so oh yeah, I was gonna rip apart that old bedroll and then we will move on. Cool. I'm going to save my repairing for a little bit. I'm going to go out here, just see if there's a wolfie there. Yeah, gotta run over here anyway. I also like with the most recent push to the game is the new sounds when you're opening and closing doors. They're cool. It sounds much more like a door opening and closing. I suppose if you're not as, you've probably, you know, if you haven't played the game that long, it probably just sounds like it always should have, but it used to be, I think, just a simple shut sound, and now it's got a little bit of yeah, it's just a little bit more realistic. Just a book. Lockers. Oh, there's loads of food in here.
I think I can use this.
There's so many bullets now. Pillows you can also rip apart. I'm not sure I'm going to need it right this second. Windbreaker, I'm not going to pick up and... There's more climbing socks though, but I'm not going to pick up every item and harvest them obviously. Don't really need tea unless I get mauled. And I don't need tools because I'm not going to be doing a lot of crafting, so cool. 21%. Might leave it for night time. Don't have a huge amount of water, so I will be just having the sodas for now, which were very handy find. One thing with picking up food items, I'll just show you with this, is a lot of people, I notice, pick it up and then wait for all of that text to load and the percentage to load. I just look at the title. Mouldy. Mouldy's fine. Mouldy's fine for nighttime. You get used to like ruined. Obviously meat can go rancid, beaten up, all that sort of stuff. You get used to kind of what the just gonna look in the pickup truck, which in my fine land we would call a ute. New Zealand and Australia, they're known as utility vehicles, so they are utes, which I always thought was quite a funny word. My 3-year-old is quite fond of saying it. Ute. Right, so options are now to go along this bridge, where I'm bound to see a wolf, or go down in this bit along the river, where I'm bound to see deer, and probably also a wolf. Let's just have a quick nosy. Again, difficulty's not high, so I'll probably just shoot him. With all these bullets. Probably just do a little revolver stuff. A good little spot people forget to check is down here under this bridge. There is a campfire, and quite often a rifle. Aha! Here we go.
Huh. What have we here?
What have we?
It's getting kind of heavy.
Yeah, she just added 5 kilos to my carrying, but still only 37, so that's fine. I'm gonna pick up a few cattails because they're handy to have. Good tinder. Good backup calories if I run out, which I honestly don't see happening. Sometimes there's a moose around here too. Don't think the moose will probably spawn in this challenge though. But usually there are deer. There's usually a corpse up here on the right. A deer. Sometimes the wolves come down to get the deer. I'm not smelly because I don't have any meat on me, but I'm still a good target. See if this dead guy's got anything on him. Hello. No, there is a rock. In case I want to stone any bunnies. So if you go that way and go through, you'll go through to Mystery Lake, the lake itself. It's another way of approaching the lake and the camp office. I'm going to go towards that building there is the forestry lookout. That's where we're going. And I'm expecting there to be a wolfie up here. And you can see my terrible marksman skills. Train car sometimes has stuff in it, but I think I'm just going to give it a miss. And just keep on keeping on. Okay, so there's a wolf on the railway line. I think he was just eating something. There was an eating animation going on there. Which is interesting. Maybe he killed a rabbit? I wouldn't have thought there'd be rabbits up here on the railway line up here. Yes, look. Howling, eating. One of them was eating. They remind me of huskies. You know, huskies when their owners want to bathe them or put them in the car or generally do anything and they kick off. That's what, yeah, that howling and obviously the others respond and it's a useful game mechanic to know where the other wolves are, but I don't think he's actually spotted me. I think he's just walking that way. No. He's going to turn around. Yeah, okay. I'm going to get up here a little bit and then carry on walking on my way. I'd quite often usually search this derailment up here, but I'm not going to today because I think normally I would be searching for a rifle and I've just found one. So he's gonna, I think he looks like he might be following me now. Oh well. Now, do I want to try and climb up the hill here? Or do I want to go around a sensible way? Is he following me? Doesn't seem to be. Seems to just be walking in the same direction as me. Like, yeah, I might walk up the hill here. Heading to the forestry lookout. Now, because, yeah, loot aplenty, I'm not really going to be looting the forestry lookout particularly. I'm just going to be surviving there for 3 days. I've done very well so far. It helps when your first couple of locations in the game are Signal Hill and the Dam, both places with bountiful... Ah, crap. Knew that was going to happen. Bountiful loot. That's right, I'm nearly... Sometimes there's a wolfie up here. Gonna get shot in the face if he is. No. Fingers crossed. Okay. Gonna repair that because hobbling up to there is gonna be annoying. And we're gonna go up to the lookout. Love the lookout. I think it's a great little space to hang out. If you're new to the game, you'll see that the sides of my screen are blurred. That's because I now have pain, because I sprained my ankle. And though I've strapped up the ankle with a bandage, the pain will last for 2 game hours. Or until I take painkillers, which to be honest, I actually have an abundance. I'm acting like I'm not playing the easiest challenge in the game. So we'll just heal it. And you'll notice that it'll just start to clear. Had pretty good weather so far, but yeah, easy settings make for easy travel conditions. I've only had blizzards while I've been sleeping at night, which has been very handy. Don't know why I have this out. There's no predators up here. If I find one up here, I'd be very surprised. I've never ever seen anything hang out up here or make its way up here. But it is a great view. Look at this beautiful game. I love it so much. That's the abandoned lookout over there, which is a broken down one that you can't actually sleep inside. Though the tower itself is toppled over on its side and there's a hollow little space underneath. And there's a corpse and a burned out campfire. Quite often there's weapons beside the corpse. There's a bin with coal, I believe. That sort of stuff is up there. Nearly there. The wind's not helping, and me being over my weight limit. It's gorgeous. I love it. It also reminds me, obviously Firewatch is an amazing game, which I'm hoping everybody plays if they love this sort of thing. It's an absolutely beautiful game. So that's where we came from down there. So there's the train derailment. There's the rest of the train line. Just love it. Let's go up the top. Creaky noises in the wind. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. It makes me a little bit dizzy. I wouldn't survive 5 minutes in this in real life, but in the long dark I survive well. Cool. Let's have a wee nosy. I'm gonna have so many painkillers. Every time I have a sprain from now on, I'm just gonna heal it. I'm so used to just letting it run its course, but looty loot, firewood. I might boil some water while I'm up here, while I'm waiting. So look at all this stuff. This is not the normal amount of loot that you find in here. This is fun. It's quite nice having an abundance of stuff. Like, I mean, obviously it takes out the challenge, away the challenge of it all, but it's just nice to not worry about finding things, you know. Yeah, I do have a big pot. Let's make some water. I do have an accelerant. I really don't need it. I'm not going to use it. It's quite funny. I'm actually quite limited on... Anywho. Oh man. I don't enjoy those early days with crappy fire skills where you can't start fires.
How can that work?
You know what? I'm going to use my fire strike, which I forgot I even owned. I'm carrying 2 mag lenses that I'll probably get rid of one of them. I don't even know if I'll use the mag lens. I'm going to have such an abundance of
Come on, little fire.
matches. I might as well just drop it. Come on, little fire. Come on. Hooray. Chuck the cedar on there. I'm having this bug recently where I hit cedar firewood and it bounces me up to book. Yeah, it's going to add it now. I'm going to need 2 hours to do the 2 liters. Yeah, why not? Let's do 2.5. And what sort of time are we looking at to repair? An hour. Will that small pot of water boil away in an hour? Let's find out. I can't remember that. I think 1919, so 38 minutes didn't work anyway. Yeah. I'd pass time for the water. I think it's 38 minutes until that will be water, and then they do give you a fairly generous burn time down, don't they? I thought I had 2. Yeah. So I should be able to repair an item. Ooh, cool. 7 minutes till boils. And a snack. So I'll have 4 litres, which is a lot of water, but it's probably going to last me quite a long time. And I'm not particularly overweight. If I get rid of some things, it won't really be a problem. I'm not going to be like running from bears or whatever. 15 minutes. 1 minute. Cool. So we can probably get rid of some stuff. I normally prefer to do my stock taking and getting rid of stuff when I have a locker or something, but I mean this container will probably do just fine. Should probably find some grey man's beard and get rid of carrying around this heavy antiseptic. Get rid of one of them. Definitely don't need 8 coal. Got 2 coffees and a herbal tea. I've got 4 leather. Am I going to use a stim? Honestly, things would have to go quite badly for me to use a stim in this challenge. I suppose if I decided to climb up a rope in a hurry, I have it there. I don't think I'll need more than 3. I don't know what the quality level of the magnifying lens is about. Like, does it actually degrade? I'll just keep the best one. And again, this is just silly amount of painkillers. So that's 3 sprains, 7 sprains I can get, which is, yeah, probably more than I'm going to have, hopefully. Get rid of the crappy sewing kit. Let's get rid of one of the tinders. Look at all these matches. Cool. Right, so we're just hanging out here now. Embers, yeah, don't need that anymore. Alrighty. Snowy. Right. Tummy's grumbling doesn't usually mean a hell of a lot. I am going to eat this because I'm about to sleep, and if it gives me food poisoning, I have the ability to sleep it off. Cool. Drop the can because I'm not going to be Don't grab the can, drop the can. I'm not going to be doing any noisemakers, so 8 hours of sleep. Also should have checked where I was at. Oh, I'm at half a day. Okay, cool. Have some of that abundant water. Also find I don't worry about weight on Nomad anyway, because you're eating and drinking so frequently that you're getting down your weight gradually as you go, and you're only finding bits and pieces. Nearly in an hour, so I'm going to try and get this one under my belt, and then after forestry, I think I've made a note here. I was just going to go to Trappers. So probably my last save that I'm here, I will, oh no, maybe I'll head to Trappers and then I'll save. I'm just wondering how long my daughter will sleep, and I'd quite like to have some lunch before she wakes up. The glamorous life of playing games and tiny children. Oh, it's a nice glow. Where are we at? 1.3. Ah! Must be a pretty fun card game to play for 6 hours. I remember when the every time they push out a chapter update to story mode, they I always forget that you don't have a sleep limit, and so you'd be adjusting your expectations for like, oh well, if I sleep then maybe I can do this in the night, and then you'd go, oh, I slept the time that I wanted to sleep, I didn't wake up rested. Oh yeah. Oh, it's letting me. Oh well, this is more outdoors, isn't it? There's more outdoor light coming in, so I think it probably does let you repair in the night here, which I should have really investigated. I always get confused because some places it's considered light enough to repair but not indoors enough to cure items, and then there's caves that have 2 stages where you can be warmer in the back and sleep in the back. Yeah, I'm out of clock now. The weather's picking up, I think. 1.8, not bad. I know this is riveting stream content. So the next thing I might do after Nomad is obviously I'm going to move on to the Archivist or Archivist, which is getting messages from laptops during the aurora across the world, which I found quite fun last time I did it. For my actual survival play, I think I'm going to start a new stalker run. If I get the chance, I will record that and probably do that for YouTube, because streaming is actually quite difficult. I have to find a time of day that my kid's asleep, and it has to be a day of the week where I only have one kid. Because the other kid that I do have is 3 and does not sleep. So, and at night time when the kids are in bed, my husband's home, I don't really want to sit in the living room and narrate. I'd rather do it when the house is empty and quiet and I'm not going to be annoying anyone, or and sometimes it's just good to switch off at night anyway and just not have to talk to anybody and just stare at the TV or the laptop or read or knit or whatever. It's not really I don't really feel like streaming and talking or anything like that, so I will probably record that when I get little bits of time and I can stop and start with YouTube and not worry about the Twitch video, you know, having large gaps or anything if I have to run to a child. But yeah, I think I'll do another stalker game, and I think I'll do a random location, just see how I go. It's been ages since I've played straight stalker. I'm not a great interloper player or a great fan of interloper, though I am learning a lot more about interloper lately by watching Zach and others play it. I have got the badge for surviving 24 hours. I literally just survived 24 hours. I did the minimum that I could, got the badge, and quit interloper. It's not for me. Though one day it may be. I mean, I think I've probably spent well over probably 1,000 hours, I imagine, in the long dark. But yeah, I don't play the long dark because I want the challenge of trying to survive the hardest difficulty level ever. I play the long dark because I love the game, the mechanics of the game, how the game looks, and it's never the same thing twice. You never open up the game and think, I don't need that, and think, well, this is going to go exactly the same. You know, it's not a game you can walk through or speed run, you know, it's mainly about learning it and growing your skills. Sorry for making you sick. It's never, yeah, and I play games to escape. I don't play games to prove myself that I've got amazing skills on higher difficulties, so. Right. I'm going to go to Trappers, and then I'm going to call it a day. How do I want to go to Trappers? Got a few options. I can go down and around, or I can go down to the railway line and along. I'm going to do Trappers because I want to do Camp Office on my way back, because I'm going to then go on to Ravine and go do the coastal highway locations. That's why I'm going all the way to Trappers and not going to Camp Office next. I mean, in theory I could go to Camp Office, spend a night, a day and a night, you know, do the half of it, and then do the other half on my way back. I'll go down here actually. Risky. Risk it for a biscuit. I want to get this old man's beard. Yeah, I'll go this way. I know exactly where I am if I go this way. This is, this little... Oh, there we go. This little, spot here where the rabbits are running around, there's often deer. This is generally, so if I base myself on Mystery Lake, I've always been a huge Trappers fan, but lately I've been basing myself at Camp Office. And then I run across to this little, spot and hunt the deer, or I leave snares here for the rabbits. It's a really good little spot. Cool. I'm going to get my revolver out because between me and trappers there's bound to be a wolf. Actually, I was just thinking about the weather and whether I should find a little bit of shelter, but I'm not cold. That's my clothing for you. But the wind is making it a little hard to travel. Look at all this old man's beard. Another thing I like to do is play custom and turn sprains off because I know I shouldn't. It's a mechanic I should leave on, but it drives me absolute bananas. Every time she gets a sprain and shouts, it gives me a fright. And oh, I can't see a wolf. It's just annoying. And I know it makes it less realistic if you can like climb up steep cliff sides, but yeah, I don't know. It annoys me. So that's the two custom settings, as I mentioned before. I turn off her voice and I turn off sprains. So my little route to trappers from camp office is, yeah, through this way, past the place where I would hunt deer and put down snares for rabbits, and then see these two rocks up ahead where that deer is just passing. So there's one rock there and one rock there. If you go up in between and up that hill and over the top, you're pretty close to trappers. It's a good sign that there's a deer, and that there are rabbits, because that means that there's not a wolf right here. If there was a wolf, I could potentially chase the deer or the rabbits into the wolf anyway. Let him have some lunch. So, I mean, you can just go up along the side here, but I mention these two rocks just because it's a good focal point for me. When I come through, I go, oh yeah, that was when I was learning the game. This is what I aimed for. I remember where I was going. But, I mean, I know Mystery Lake probably better than anywhere. Most people do. It's the easiest map on the game. I'd say any long dark player knows it really, really well. It's really interesting what slopes give you a sprain warning and what don't. Ones that are obvious routes to places sometimes give you a sprain warning, even though it's the only way you can go. And slopes like that lower down here, I would have thought would have given me an immediate sprain warning, and it doesn't. So, and this, yeah, I was going to say, this doesn't seem like it should have one now, but it did disappear just then. It was one windy day. I'd say hands down the thing that annoys me the most about the long dark, other than sprains, is the wind. And it's not annoying in terms of I'm annoyed at the developers for putting it in. I totally understand it, and I think it makes it challenging. But there's nothing more frustrating when it's not even, the weather's not even that bad, and you're trying to travel somewhere, and then the wind picks up, and you're walking into this absolutely unforgiving wind, and you cannot. It's just so tedious. There's trappers, if you saw it. I might just pick an easier slope. Trappers is just there. Hello, trappers. Sometimes there's a moose spawn. I honestly don't think they put it into this challenge. I can't see any rubbings on the trees, though that's not always the case with this one. And there's a bear that likes to walk through here, and there's always, on lower difficulties obviously, there's always a lot of deer here. So I mean, you can shoot a deer and go inside. And then up there is the cave entrance that takes you through to Mountain Town, Milton. Quite often a deer carcass in this little barn too. Yay, so we made it to Trappers. Let's go inside and have a wee look at what's there, and then I will call it a day. Another thing took me ages to notice when I first started, these scrub brushes, you can break them down and get multiple sticks. I just thought that they were you know, atmospheric stuff for show. I didn't realise they were actually a tool, so quite often I grab those. Particularly, I've gotten into the habit of carrying enough materials at times for a snow shelter. And if you need sticks urgently, those are everywhere in Forlorn Muskeg.
This'll come in handy.
Sorry, I just got a text. Yeah, in Forlorn Muskeg, those little scrub brushes are loads of places, so. Cool, so snare, lots of food, another firearm cleaning kit, more cloth. There's not a huge amount of stuff normally in the safe, but I will go into the next episode. Yeah, there's loads of stuff to pick up in here. Oh, and another revolver.
Looks like this has been here a while.
Not a great quality one, but I mean, you always should check guns if you find another one to see if it's loaded, and you can grab the bullets out. Anyhow, that'll be it for me today for The Long Dark. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll be back hopefully this time next week maybe for my next carry on of the Nomad challenge. But yeah, look after yourselves, and I'll see you all soon.